Hello and welcome into Pat's Latest. I'm your host, Mike Gambardella, and training camp continues to bring new wrinkles for the New England Patriots. A new starter has popped up, and another rookie looking to make a big impact for the Pats. In year one, we take a look at stock up, stock down for those players who are taking advantage of training camp and those who are potentially letting it slip through their fingers. And additionally, three Patriots moving on from the 90-man roster, but that means three more in. Let's find out who's in and who's out. Before we get into everything, make sure you go down, subscribe for the channel, then get in the comments. Let us know what you think about that new starter for the Patriots and this wildly impressive rookie class thus far, and what you think of the Patriots' moves to move on from a few players and bring a few others in, and what that might mean for the rest of this roster, which we will get into very, very shortly. Also, make sure you give us that like if you like what you hear, and go back and check out all of our old episodes after this one. We start on the offensive line, and with that rookie as a new starter has emerged for the New England Patriots, and at a position that we knew would be a battleground, and that is at the left guard spot, where Cole Strange, the former first round pick, has supposedly been usurped. And it is the rookie third rounder from Georgia, Jared Wilson, who played center for the Bulldogs, is actually going to start at left guard for the New England Patriots. Everyone seemingly singing his praises, had a few missed OTA practices, finally getting a chance to show off what he's capable of. And it is more evident than ever because of the injuries that have surrounded this spot. Jared Wilson started at left guard, and that was solidified because center Garrett Bradbury, who seemingly rolled his ankle, was out. So instead of having Jared Wilson say, look, Bradbury's out, you're our drafted center, go be the center, and put Cole Strange at left guard, no. They kept Jared Wilson at left guard and took Ben Brown, the third string center, I should say, up and had him start. They didn't even have Cole Strange, who played center at the end of the season, go play center. So it is very telling. Additionally, Caden Wallace, the offensive tackle they drafted out of Penn State last year, has kicked inside to guard and has been in that rotation with Jared Wilson, Cole Strange, and Caden Wallace now as well. It is not looking good for Cole Strange to have a starting role on this team, and it is fair to ask, is he going to be at the very least a depth piece for this team? Again, injuries happen. Bradbury's out right now too. How that kind of factors in. All we know is that Jared Wilson is turning heads to the point where, many players were asked about it, and Caden Wallace even said in his direct quote was, Jared is really, really expletive deleted, begins with an F. Good. I love asking him questions. He always has a different perspective. For a rookie, he's just really good. The way he moves, the way he protects in the pass game, and the way he gets off the ball in the run game, it's admirable. That is a rookie from last year who is fighting for the spot that another rookie now has for him, singing his praises. That goes to show what Jared Wilson already has done and what this means for the protection in front of Drake May. Yes, it looks like you could have two rookie starters on the left side at left tackle and left guard. But again, if you're getting praises sung that way, maybe it is a good thing that Jared Wilson has taken this spot. Looking at some stock up and stock down from the first week of training camp and the first few days of padded practices here for your New England Patriots. Looking at the players who are up, that involves defensive end, outside linebacker Clavon Chasen, who is seemingly everywhere, is really dedicated and is showing that he is going to be a true factor on third downs and pass rush situations. Obviously, you will have Keon Waite and Harold Landry out there, but Chasen really could be that weapon that kind of puts on the edge, let go get the quarterback, and he has been very disruptive and a guy that looks to be a true weapon for Mike Vrabel and this defense. Additionally, with Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis both out and limited, there's been opportunity for cornerbacks to step up, and DJ James has been that cornerback. Obviously, Marcellus Dial out there, Marcus Jones still in the mix, but it really has been DJ James who's been thrust into a position which takes a spotlight and has stepped up with several plays. Yes, he got on a few plays as well, but the fact that he is holding his own with the ones right now shows that he likely can make this team and not just make it, but be in the rotation in those nickel and dime packages. And should there be extended absences for Gonzalez and or Carlton Davis, DJ James likely will be very much counted on to be a starter for this team if injuries do arise and continue. Two others to keep an eye on for the Patriots. Kayshon Boutte continues to be a starter for this team. Again, Mac Hollins is out, and the Patriots playing the slow game with Kyle Williams, but Boutte making the most of those opportunities and with the time had with Drake May, very important for him. And Kairos Tonga, the defensive tackle, also getting in that rotation with Milton Williams. Christian Barmar still working his way back, so Tonga getting a chance to show out. Joshua Farmer, the fourth rounder from Florida State, working his way. It's a rookie grind, not quite as settled as someone of Tonga's veteran experience, and looks to be that third defensive tackle right now as well. There's a lot of talk whether it's Christian Wilkins or other players out there, but look for Tonga to really be in that rotation, and especially first and second downs, being that space eater really could find a role for him. And those are your players up for the New England Patriots. The stock down, unfortunately, pointing at Jaheim Bell. The Patriots looking at several different tight ends because of the play of Bell and several other players right now, just not up to snuff, and it does not look well for Jaheim Bell. Please mind the rhyming, if you will, to actually make this roster, and he will need to step up, and not just Jaheim Bell, but players on the offensive line. We talked about Cole Strange, who things are not looking well for, but Layden Robinson, another one. Few opportunities for him. CD Sal making the most of his and seemingly, flashing, putting other players on the ground. Layden Robinson getting few of those and doing little with them as well. And two others to keep an eye on that personally I really like as players and would like to see make this roster, but Marte Mapu, who, again, making that transition from safety down to linebacker. He is having trouble finding that role and finding a way to stand out. And Efton Chisholm, again, losing some opportunities, getting pushed back to more of that special teams role, seeing less at the wide receiver position, so less of a chance for him to make an impact. Now, again, things can change very quickly. Especially with a week away now from the first NFL preseason game with the Hall of Fame game on August 7th. If Chisholm gets a chance to flash and get it out there, he has an opportunity, but right now, the opportunity that he has is not giving him a chance to really put his name forward for this 53-man roster. Also looking at roster movements for your New England Patriots, as three players officially have been waived. Yasir Durant, who is on his second tenure for the New England Patriots, the offensive tackle, deciding to move away from him. Again, the tackles on the roster, especially with Campbell and Morgan Moses there, Demontre Jacobs, having several others stepping up, and knowing that Vidarian Lowe is slowly working his way back from the PUP list as well, made Durant expendable, and also two offensive skill position waves here as Demir Blankumis and Travion Williams, the running back, in addition to the wide receiver, now waived from the New England Patriots. Again, not overly surprising, but gives the opportunity for the Pats to bring in some players at positions of need. And that's where we'll look at these new signings. And it's not just one, it is two tight ends brought in for the New England Patriots. And that's why it is such bad news for someone like Jaheim Bell, who has opportunity here. And again, CJ Dipre not able to make as much of an impact. Jack Westover a little too much up and down. And Brock Lampy, the only fullback that was on the roster, placed on IR, who I thought really could be that third tight end, H-back, fullback role for the Patriots. They're now having to do things a little bit differently. If it's not Jaheim Bell, if it is not, Brock Lampy, it could be someone else. And that's why they have signed local prospect in UConn standout tight end Tyler Davis, 6'4", 252 pounds, 28 years old now, and was a former Jacksonville Jaguars sixth-round pick. Also spent time with the Colts practice squad in the past 3 years with the Packers. He has 8 catches and 61 yards. He's coming off 2 season-ending injuries, including a torn ACL in 23, so 2 years of being injured, but someone that could add some positional flexibility and help add to the tight end position. As we know that they have Hunter Henry, we know they have Austin Hooper, but what the depth behind those two guys is fair to talk about. That is why they also signed another tight end in Cole Fotheringham. The Utah tight end is actually undrafted. Jackson, 27 years old, and also had time with 3 teams, including the Raiders, the Texans, and the Broncos. Again, just one catch to his career, but I think the Patriots kind of doing their due diligence, wanting to build out this position and see what they really have and what other depth signings and what they have on the roster can step up to do those things. And again, that injury to Garrett Bradbury looms large. I believe it is a rolled ankle sprain. We'll see day to day, week to week, how long he might miss. That is the reason they signed center Alec Lindstrom, and another local product, if you will, from Boston College. Also was undrafted and has time with USFL, and the NFL here as well. Went from the Cowboys to the Memphis Showboats, had time with the Rams and Jets, and went back to the Showboats as well, and really performed admirably. So again, coming in at the center position, knowing that Jared Wilson really is going to push into that left guard spot, Patriots are going all in to say, don't worry about center. You go be a starter at left guard and do everything you can to be successful and protect Drake May, and we'll figure out the center position, whether it's Ben Brown, whether it's Garrett Bradbury, whether it's Cole Strange, now Alec Lindstrom into that mix as well. So a lot of changes, a lot of different things coming from the Patriots from just the past few days. We'll continue to have all the updates from training camp, from padded practices, injuries, players in, players out, players healthy, players not, and who's making the most of those scenarios. In the meantime, make sure you've already hit subscribe for the channel. Make sure you get in the comments. Let us know what you think about the new starter and Jared Wilson. If this is enough, if it's too many rookies in front of Drake May to start with, and if the Patriots need to sign some other players, make sure you give us that like. Go back and check out all of our old episodes so you know what's going on throughout training camp, from the offseason, from the draft, everything. We've had it for you since back in February, so go back and check out everything as we continue to have it all for you here on Pat's latest Fight On Foxborough.